Hey everybody, it's me, DeoGenZ, with guess what? Pokemon Colosseum, the 100% walkthrough, is finally returning. And, not a moment too soon. There's about, 2 episodes left? Sorry guys, really didn't mean to leave you hanging. But anyway, I'm Dash from Phoenix. I'm just an ordinary citizen who happens to run around the town's fountain. So what gives you the right to have your Pokemon attack me? Okay, so, alleged allegations of me beating people up with Pokemon, yeah, it could have happened, sure. I mean, I've been gone so long, who knows? Who knows what my character in this Pokemon Colosseum desert wasteland has been doing while I've been out. Is it like the Tamagotchi? Are they doing things while you're away? Okay, and there's apparently only one more Shadow Pokemon that we need to capture to complete this walkthrough. And the way that we do that is by getting all these emails. Who's this? They have a Shadow Togetic. So you basically have to transition screens if you want to keep getting these emails. And oh look, it turns out to be my character. Maybe it is like Tamagotchi. We didn't know this feature about Pokemon Colosseum until I tested it out. What happens when you leave your game unattended for many months? Actually years. I don't remember the last time I uploaded an episode of this. And so, if you are just following or tuning in with the walkthrough, I recommend going back to the playlist to refresh your memory. But recently we just got out of the Deep Colosseum. And so once we get out of there and we transition into a new spot, we get these emails. And there's some fishy business going on. There have been reports of another Pokemon attack. Here's shocking footage. Oh boy. Wow, that looks like a Shadow Pokemon, doesn't it? Yeah, it definitely does. Well, looks like we are still needed in this world. I've not yet obtained all of the Shadow Pokemon, and somebody is jacking my style. Alright, let's be honest, there is no Tamagotchi features to this. And again, same sort of thing. Keep transitioning back to worlds to progress this next post-game adventure of capturing the last Shadow Pokemon on your list. Because, then you'll just keep getting these emails like, who's this person? Why are you attacking people, DeoGenZ, or whatever your character's name. So when you do that enough, check the screen, we will find on the news another Pokemon attack. And doesn't that look familiar? The Outskirts stand. I have a feeling that's exactly where we are. And lo and behold, there is 2 of me. I told you, somebody stole my clothes, my looks, my facial geometry, everything. They even took my snag machine. Either that, or they're doing a really great cosplay right now, I've got to say. It's spot on there. So, what gives, dude? Why you taking my stuff? Are you a Ditto? Look in his eyes. Are his eyes vacant? He's probably a Ditto. Alright, well, not much in the way of answers until we defeat Shady Guy DeoGenZ. So it's kind of a good Link versus Dark Link thing here, and I think that it's a good time to talk about where the heck I've been, and really what the future of this channel is, because, let's be honest folks, there really is not left very much episodes to this series, just about 2, pretty much. So you're probably wondering why subscribe, and also, what is this weird Metroid Switch thing? Like, is this a ploy to try and trick people into thinking that there's a Metroid game on Switch? No, that's not at all what it's intended to do. It's just me experimenting in Gary's mod and trying to tell a story with the animations and things. I have a lot of the footage of me putting it together. It's really interesting how, 2 minutes, 3 minutes every week or every other week to put out Metroid Switch, it results in having to do hours and hours of placing in Gary's mod and adjustments and attaching muscle fibers to things, and so it's really my experimentation zone to see what can be achieved in animation, especially 3D animation, in usable format, because I'm not really an animator, I'm a gamer, and I do things through games, mostly. But the reason I had to pause pretty much all my games, anything that was going on this channel, really had to take a second seat back to college, because came out to Colorado and then almost completely cut off contact with all of y'all And sorry for that, but grades take precedence, and I was studying abroad in both Japan and Brazil, so I've got footage and stories galore from both of those situations. Not that I can cover it all in this episode, because boy, I've just been rambling on about my life here and not really commentating the battle, but you get the idea. It's rock, paper, scissors. If you see something that's weak, you're going to want to resist it by switching your Pokemon, like I did there with my Umbreon and Suicune. So, you know the deal by this point, folks. I don't think that's why you're here. You want to know where it's going. So, content-wise, it's not going to be Metroid Switch for much longer. I think I'm going to do some battle commentaries on this channel, because they're nice and quick, and I can put them out when I want. I've got the ability now to stream from 3DS. Thinking of maybe putting out some tutorial videos. The main thing is, though, is just this transitionary period that I see a lot of YouTubers going through too, just because it's the age of people making YouTube content, that they go to college, or sometimes they don't, and it's interesting. Some people don't go to college, they do the YouTube thing, and it works out really well. Some people do a little bit of both, which was my mixture of things, and mixed results on both ends for sure. I'm not going to come out of this whole experience and say college was dandy. It's another thing of the topic is so broad and large, it's hard to cover it all in one Pokemon Colosseum episode. But to say the least, I feel a little bit gypped on what they said they were going to teach and what resulted. So, that's college. But for most people, I would say don't even bother with the debt. Just get into something that you're looking to get into, whether it's a field of programming games or making music, whatever it is. You have to embrace it directly. And doing the institutional route is a way, but it's a very expensive way. And they lock you into that lifestyle of having to pay that back for a long time. So basically what I'm getting at is that, well, now I'm out of college, it doesn't necessarily mean I could post videos like I did back in the day. I got bills to pay, like we all do. But especially if you go to college, is my point. Your bills become massive. So you've got to find a way to mitigate that. And I mean, like Uber and working at a nightclub is what I'm doing at this moment. I'm curious, like, how many of the people that watch my videos are in Colorado, in Denver, maybe in the Boulder area, and perhaps we could do a live meetup at some point. Get the Pokemon fans together and have a battle tournament again. And I know that's, I want to apologize for that mute giveaway, because in my eyes it was largely just a real big annoyance to people, because, some people got on, some people got their Mews, some people didn't, and that was just based on my scheduling, which, not the best scheduler. And, nor am I the best Pokemon battler, because I'm down to 2! I need the revival routes like you wouldn't believe. It's been a while since I played Colosseum, and I am a bit rusty. I don't exactly remember the cohesion of my team, but also I gotta say, the shady version of yourself is super strong. But finally, that main threat of Manectric is put out. Leave it to Mr. Poof to put him to sleep, and then Suicune to sweep him away. And now, it's unfortunate. I really wish that the YouTube thing worked in a way that it could support itself. I thought when I partnered with Fullscreen and get into Planet Poke, I thought it was all big moves, and at the time it was, and it was really cool. But what it ended up being is just a bunch of content made for not my channel, is kind of the thing. And then my channel suffered from it because I was putting so much effort into launching Planet Poke that, I just didn't make as much content for my own channel, which is not good. And, going from that, I didn't see many people come over from that channel onto this one. And so it's not as if YouTube can pay for itself. And I'm not going to sit here and whine to you guys all day, basically just telling you what the deal is, and that I'm not looking for your donations. I'm not looking for anything like that. What I am looking for is this Shadow Togetic here. So now that it's entered the field, we have to be exceedingly careful not to knock it out. So get rid of my Lotic here first. That frustration needs to be out of the way. But, it's funny, at this stage in the game of Colosseum, you're going to have such high-powered Pokemon, you really do have to take care not to knock this thing out at level 20. Maybe a Nightshade would be useful. I'm definitely relying on my Mr. Poof's Sleep Powder abilities here. because otherwise, I think just touching this thing would crush it. Come on. Nope. Okay. Too soon. But yeah, I'm not gonna ask for, funds to do things that I think are fun. It's what I want to do. But from all y'all, you're on the same boat as me. A penniless college student, most likely just watching YouTube to get nostalgia value on games you used to play. And so it just leaves me to not make as many videos, is the thing, and what I'm also having in the works is something a little bit different, something that is more of an original creation. It's based on Pokemon, and it actually is based in the land of Pokemon, and in fact uses, right now, generations 1 through 5 Pokemon. Now, I don't want to hint too much without having any videos ready in the wing, ready to put out on this channel, because I do want y'all to follow along. Because really what I think is going to happen, main-wise for videos, is battle commentary and then status updates on that major Pokemon-based project. Now, I know I'm being vague about it right now, but you'll have to understand that, as a creator, I want to make sure that I have it built out and fleshed out to a certain point before sharing it with the public. It's kind of like this series, Pokemon Colosseum. It's the perfect example of so many things that I started but didn't finish. And it's a bummer to me, but at the same time, you have to realize life takes precedence, and sometimes you got to change your strategies if you want to keep doing what you're doing. But I do indeed, I see that I still get comments, and I still get views, and I still get people that I've recognized for all of time, like Mr. Shiny Keys and like the Terminator with the Blastoise guy. It's just like familiar faces from YouTube, and it warms my heart that y'all are still here. And I want you to know, there is indeed still content for you if you're a Pokemon fan that I'm gonna produce. It's just gonna be at a lower rate. Trying my darndest every week to get something out, whether it's Metroid Switch, updates on that project, or even just prediction videos. But it's got to be much slower, because it's purely a hobby at this point. And let's see. Wonderful. My collection obsession continues. That's that's really honestly what it is. Y'all are validation for my Pokemon collection obsession, and I appreciate you for that immensely. So we defeated ourselves, and he's just like one of the random people of Cypher. Okay. I mean, I didn't really have a reputation. Just news reporters here, so how about you fix my reputation? Or not. Maybe they're just going to leave the story at that. But I can tell you, I won't leave the story here, folks. We have one more episode for Shadow Pokemon Purification, so stay tuned.